We all know that questions are important to selling. But very few of us know where the idea about questions and their importance came from. I can tell you the month and the year in which that idea came about. It was July of 1925, when a very, very talented man called E.K. Strong wrote the first great book about selling, called The Psychology of Selling, July of 1925. And in his book, he said, there are two kinds of questions. There are open questions, where I ask a question and you have to give me a long answer. So I might ask a question like, could you tell me about your business? And so you'd have to tell me quite a lot of things. Or I could ask a closed question. A closed question, I might say, is it true that your business started in 1989? Yes? No. It's closed because it's binary. You could answer in one word. And E.K. Strong in 1925 said, open questions are more powerful than closed questions. They're more powerful because they get the customer talking and they give you unexpected information. Now, that sounds good to me. I thought it would be true. And when we began doing our research, we expected to find that open questions were more powerful than closed questions. One of the first things we did was IBM allowed us to travel with their 16 top salespeople in Europe. And we expected to find that these top salespeople would ask more open questions than the average of the sales force. No difference. The level of open questions was exactly the same in the top salespeople as it was in the average people. Big surprise. We did $250,000 worth of research trying to show that the open question was better than the closed question. We couldn't show it. Now, perhaps you think that's because we did bad research. I don't think that's a very good answer. I think the reason why we couldn't show the difference is that there's something very much more complex about questions than about whether they're open or whether they're closed. It was the failure to correlate open and closed questions with success that led us to look for new questioning models. And out of that research came the spin model. And so it is always interesting to me to go all the way back to 1925 and said, where did that idea come from? It came from E.K. Strong. Did he ever test it? No. What did he write? He wrote, I am an interviewer. He was a recruitment interviewer. When I interview candidates for a job, I find I learn more by asking open questions. So selling is like recruiting. It's the same thing. Well, he assumed that, but the evidence says that's not so. There are much more powerful methods today. The spin model would be a very good example of a much more powerful way to think about questions than whether they're open or whether they're closed.